Brandenburg postponed a key meeting in Erkner to discuss citizen concerns against Tesla Giga Berlin. Here is what happens when the Gigafactory approval, here is what happens actually with the Gigafactory's approval process. Hello everyone, this is Armen Hareyan from talknews.com and I have a breaking news for you regarding the latest development around Tesla Gigafactory in Berlin. You know that Gigafactory is being built in near Berlin, outside about 25 miles away from Berlin, in a small city called Grünheide. And there were developments, we were all expecting for those developments, but now there is a postponement. Brandenburg's Ministry of Agriculture, Environment and Climate Protection, called MLUK, just moments ago, this Friday, posted an update on its website saying the key discussion date in Erkner on Tesla's factory is postponed due to the virus and for known reasons. However, that press release also said that the approval process for Tesla with various permits continues. It doesn't specify what the approval process and permits is, but it says the approval process continues, while the meeting in Erkner on March 18 is postponed. Those of you who closely follow the Giga Berlin news and this channel know that there was going to be a very important meeting in the town hall of Erkner to discuss the citizen complaints against Tesla. I have talked about these complaints and about this key meeting in my past reports. Now the discussion date originally planned for March 18, 2020 for the Tesla Gigafactory 4 is postponed following the extraordinary cabinet meeting this Friday afternoon, just an hour or two ago. The State Office for the Environment has rescheduled the meeting. This decision is intended to counter the further spread of the virus, says the press release in the ministry's website, which is available in German language. And the risk, this decision is intended not only to counter the spread of the virus, but also the risk to human health. Why risk? Because Brandenburg's government says a proper discussion is not possible under these circumstances. Again, a proper discussion, they think, is not possible under these circumstances. All users, including older people who are more vulnerable, the people with previous illnesses, should be able to use their opportunity to raise their concerns against Tesla's Berlin Gigafactory at a meeting set at a later date. The postponed meeting, which was originally scheduled for March 18, was expected to gather large amounts of people. This included opponents of Tesla, interested citizens from Erkner, Grünheide and Berlin, as well as many journalists and authorities. Tesla representatives were also expected to be there at the meeting to answer people's concerns and questions about the Gigafactory 4, which is Tesla's first and so far the only Gigafactory in Europe, also known as Giga Berlin. The postponement will have no impact on the approval process, says the government's press release. The State Office for the Environment as the approval authority and the authorities involved continue to examine the application documents and objections they received. This means that people can still send them objections and about the Gigafactory, about Giga Berlin, and the State Office will still continue to examine it. But the deadline for these objections were passed last Thursday. The licensing authority, the press release says, will immediately set a new date for the discussion once the current infection control measures have ended. So the new date will come only after the current measures have ended. We don't know that date yet, but remember, only after this meeting can the construction permit granted to Tesla for groundbreaking the Berlin Gigafactory. only this meeting, the construction permit can be granted to Tesla to build the Gigafactory. Now, what do we make of this? I think Tesla needs to address the people that filed complaints and answer the questions publicly so that even old and sick people can participate. Only thereafter can the construction permit be granted. For example, what can be done? Tesla can go online and remotely address any questions people may have. For example, there is a list. I think the last we reported, was it 260 or 360 complaints against Tesla Giga Berlin. Tesla can take that list and whatever they can answer, whatever Tesla can answer by itself alone, Tesla should answer, maybe publicly online, and let every one of us see. But those that can be answered by the government, for example, the issue of electricity, the issue of water, the issue of wastewater management, those can be maybe answered by the government remotely. And if people are satisfied, there is no concern, maybe the permit can be granted. Of course, we're not here to say what the German government, the local Brandenburg government should do, but I think this is a good thing if Tesla can proactively address some of these questions, and all of us could see it in an online regime. For example, Tesla could come online and say, hey, we received this concern, how much energy we'll need. We will Gigafactory in China is using this much energy, the Gigafactory in Nevada is using this much energy, the Gigafactory in Fremont, or actually the factory in Fremont or Gigafactory in New York are using this much energy. So this is how much energy we expect, and these are the sources but that we are told the energy can be supplied to us. That's one thing. Another thing is the water issue. They can address this issue as well. So what I'm saying, that the meeting doesn't necessarily need to be on the site. It's good, of course, everybody can go on the site and have a meeting, but the meeting can simply take place remotely, and Tesla can address this remotely. Now, what is the situation we have? We know that several weeks ago there was a complaint, environmental complaint against Tesla Gigafactory. After that, the local government set up a meeting on March 18th and said, and before that, the local government was acquiring concerns, questions, and critiques from the local citizens, journalists, local environmental groups against Tesla Giga Berlin, and was going to have a meeting to discuss all of this. And then after that, the mayor of Grünheide said that the permit will be granted to Tesla to build the Gigafactory, to do the groundbreaking. Now, the deadline for those meetings, the deadline for those objections against Tesla Giga Berlin passed last Thursday. And we were all anxiously waiting the most important major thing, what that was going to happen, this meeting in Erkner. So many people were interested in this meeting in Erkner to discuss all these questions and concerns, and Tesla was going to be there to answer the questions that that the city hall, which seats 800 people, I believe 800 people of Erkner, was reserved for 2 days. That means they were expecting that maybe one day would not be enough to answer all the questions, and maybe there are lots of passions and people are interested. So they had the second day reserved for that. And like I said, Tesla was expected to be there to answer the questions with the authorities. But now, all of a sudden, we learned that due to the known circumstances already, Tesla's meeting with this meeting in Erkner is postponed. And we don't know how long is postponed, because like the press release said, and by the way, I will put the link to that press release in the description of this video, so please check it out. It will be in this description. It's in German language, but you can use Google Translate to translate it into English or your desired language. So all of a sudden this meeting is postponed, and we don't know the new date. The new date, the press release says, will be set once the measures that the government has for this extraordinary illness situation can end. How long it will take end, we don't know. Maybe it will take weeks, maybe it will take months, hopefully no more than months. But one thing is that yesterday or early today, I reported that the Brandenburg government's officials said that the groundbreaking for Giga Berlin is expected around Easter time, which is around mid April. So we don't know whether things will develop that fast. In the meantime, if you watch my previous video report, you will see that because few days ago leveling permit was given to Tesla, and you can see Tesla actively leveling the ground, and even there are some places that they have put some markings. Who knows, maybe that will be the place for the first building that or groundbreaking. We don't know, but this is the news for now, that meeting that everybody who were interested in Gigafactory Berlin were waiting for is now postponed for an undecided period of time. But in the meantime, necessary permits, the press release says, will be given to Tesla, and we're going to continue monitor this situation and bring you the news. Please subscribe to our channel if this was interesting, so you don't miss our next update from Giga Berlin. And also please like this video to show your appreciation of all the people who helped me to compile and bring information from Germany. Please also, when you subscribe, hit the bell button so you may be notified when I upload our next video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about this postponement. Let's continue the discussion in the comments, and have a blessed day. We'll see you in the next video.